Initializing
have
this
crossed the horizon to find you.
Initializing this. Initializing this button.
They have stolen the heart from inside you. But this does not define you. This is not who you are. You know who you are.
Cody and me walked across the bridge, and we asked. We stopped at some houses. You know, if you go like towards where where Abby lives.
Yeah.
So if you go towards that way, like away from High Bridge, there's some houses over there. So we stopped at one of the houses, and somebody said they saw somebody walking a dog.
The last known whereabouts come from this Snapchat photo.
So while I was there searching, me and my uncle went across the bridge, and we were looking down on the trails on the driveway, really, that's down there, to see if maybe they'd gone off the bridge and were on the trail that's down there. We yelled her name for maybe 20-30 minutes, and we're not finding her anywhere. We called her phone so we could hear it ring, but we didn't hear any. There's like, it's not like we're in town, so there wasn't any noise. So if it were there somewhere that we was in our distance, we would have heard her phone ringing. So we were like, okay, she's not down here. So we went back. When we got back to the top of the bridge, my grandma, she was terrified of the bridge. She was standing on the edge, and she was waiting for us. She was hoping we were coming back to tell them that we found them. Unfortunately, we hadn't. So we went back, and my dad, Cody, and me all stayed there. My grandma and grandpa went to the police department. That was probably 5:30.
Who's Cody?
My uncle.
Your uncle.
We stayed there. Eventually, I ended up going back to work because I told them I would be there in a couple hours. Then I got a call that the police wanted to talk to me, so I had to leave work. I was covered in ice cream and all kinds of stuff, but I still left. We hadn't found them, and it was like 6 o'clock, so I went there to talk to the police about what I remembered of that day after I dropped them off, and if I had gotten any of the Snapchats that were on her story and any of that.
Did you?
I did not. She posted them directly to her story, so whether or not she sent them to someone is really hard telling.
But they were there.
But they were on her
And you were
phone.
actually able to look. Did you have that phone then?
Nope, I had a different phone.
So it was an iPhone though, and you were able to see it quickly.
Yeah. Yep. So I had my iPhone, and I showed the police the Snapchat that we saw, which is it's the picture of Abby on the other end of the bridge, and the picture of Libby leaning down. It's of High Bridge, and I showed them those, and that was about 2:07, I do believe, around that time, and.
When did you become aware of the Snapchat photos?
It was that evening. I think Kelsey's the one that showed me, because I didn't have Snapchat, because she had gone on to work and then we had to call her back. And so I think she saw it. And she said, well, I do know this. So we had seen it while we were at the police station. It was that night.
What did you think of those two images, the image of the bridge and the image of Abby on the bridge?
Well, at the time, the only one I saw was the one of Abby on the bridge. So I didn't. I mean, I saw it, so we knew that they were at least on the bridge and, over. So I don't remember what I thought. I just know that, okay, they were there. We need to be searching from there.
What did you think of those two images, the image of the bridge and the image of Abby on the bridge?
Well, at the time, the only one I saw was the one of Abby on the bridge.
When did you become aware of